It went that way.
Right. We will survive.
Oh my god. So here we're using B arts. So if you just gotta press the circle in order to use your sword and then press it again, now we can use B arts. So they tend to differ among characters to a greater extent than A arts. So we gotta learn to use them each to our advantage. So yeah, now this B arts and shortcuts, and we got all this. So we have Demon Fang and Shockwave Slash. So yeah, these ones are more towards the traditional arts that we've seen in previous Tales games. This is right there, and whenever you use B arts or whenever you activate using B arts, you can actually you unsheath your sword. But if you try using your A arts, you're just using physical attacks, or rather using your freaking weapon without unsheathing the sword. Whereas your B arts are now they use the actual blades itself. Now I think they're a little more costly than usual, or than the A arts. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, Shockwave Slash.
We won't fail.
And look at this. This is Asbel 7 years later. He's ready to kick some ass, I guess. So burst arts or B arts are now available in battle. At the cost of 1 CC, Asbel can draw his sword at any time and gain access to a whole new set of attacks. So you use the circle button to draw your sword and unleash B arts, and use X when you want to sheath the weapon and use your A arts.
Well done, Asbel. I see my worries about your first field mission were completely unfounded.
Sir, my success is due to your superior instruction.
You don't have to be so formal. Just keep doing what you've been doing, and we'll be fine.
Sir.
All right. Let's go over the mission briefing one more time. We are here to investigate Orland, a village located on the far side of the forest. It has a population of about 50, give or take, mostly employed in forestry. A few days ago, the Royal Knights received word that the residents of Orland had suddenly vanished without a trace. Our mission is to meet the Knights investigating the area and provide them with whatever assistance they require.
Understood, sir.
It's an unusual mission. Keep your guard up and be prepared for anything. This concludes the briefing.
So look at us, 7 years older, and holy crap. And yeah, we can't escape, god damn it. Oh well. Anyway, I'm just gonna be saving now because this is gonna be a little quicker now, or rather the story's gonna be a lot less slow paced. But it's still gonna be pretty freaking slow paced, I wanna say. And of course, apparently we gotta talk to this guy again.
I'll give you something.
Ooh, yes, this is the Eleth mixer, if it wasn't obvious enough.
We have some real battles ahead of us, so it should come in handy. I know you've probably trained with one before, but let's go over it again just in case.
Yes, sir.
So the Eleth mixer is a tool used for cooking dishes during battle and also for creating various items. It's a device that belongs in the arsenal of any true warrior. So now we can actually set stuff into these slots right here, so we just set a rice ball. And once the condition listed next to in battle is met, the little rice ball will automatically restore some of your HP. In other words, always have something in the mixer. So then let's fill up all of these, and we could even set items that you have in your inventory to be created automatically over time. But of course, it says right there required Eleth 72 for a life bottle. And considering which part of apple gel? Whoa, freaking game, calm down, jeez. So when you're setting certain items in the mixer, it'll produce more of them while you're out and about. If you see while traveling 10% production chance, that means there's a 10% chance the item will be produced after a minute or so of walking around. So yeah, and remove the apple gel with the triangle button. So it's handy, but it's not free. It can't produce items without Eleth. Fortunately, you can charge Eleth in most shops, so don't forget to fill up whenever you can. As you know, Eleth mixers are tools that develop over time. By cooking dishes, you can increase the maximum amount of Eleth in the mixer can store. And by producing materials, you can increase the number of item slots. It's like the old saying goes, he who rules the mixer rules the battle.
That's it. Now let's let's return to the mission.
So yeah, they're still introducing stuff even after all this, and this guy named Malik joined our party.
Remember your training.
I'd rather freaking not. What training? I don't know nothing about no stinking training. Anyway, it's gonna be a little weird readjusting myself back to Asbel's fighting style.
You're not doing so bad there yourself, Asbel.
Goddamn right. So, learning arts via skills, and I think this is already talked about before. If you learn the same art from more than one skill, its effects will stack, making it more powerful. So yeah, now whenever we learn more art, whenever we use the same arts over and over again, like instead of in previous Tales game where you use the same art over and over again and then you get a more advanced version of that art, in this game you get titles for using the same art over and over again, such as right here, the Nimble Fang Adept. So this actually increases our stats and it further advances Nimble Fang whenever we use it. And Wing Crush, Dual Impact. Yeah, new A arts for Asbel. I'm going to be pointing those right now. And they're more usable because now we have like up to 4 CC ones, but we don't have enough CC to actually reach that. Not yet, anyway. So there's Nimble Fang right here, which is just like freaking 3 quick kicks in rapid succession, Stagger Strike. And as you guys see, they actually do have attributes to them. So like Wing Crush definitely works better against insect enemies, flying enemies, or any enemies that are weak to strike attacks. And there's like Plant, Slash, and Burn right here on this Filifolia. And yeah, always look over the arts and what like properties they may have. It'll definitely help against like any enemies you may face in the future. Or rather, it'll help you get rid of them a lot quicker.
It will take more than that to stand in our way.
Damn right. And here it's talking about auras whenever you keep guarding. So when you reach the blue aura state, your critical gauge will increase. And yeah, it's going to be doing the same thing it did before, where it'll explain one thing at a time every single freaking battle. And god, my throat freaking hurts. Anyway, I believe these enemies right here are weak to slash attacks, so it's probably best to just keep using slash attacks.
That was hardly worth dirtying my blade.
And yet you did it anyway, Asbel. What the fuck? And CC techniques. Best way to increase your CC is by landing consecutive hits in battle. So, successfully guarding and evading attacks, however, will also increase your CC. Goddamn. I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be... I'm already gotten used to the Kid Asbel's fighting style. I'm not even used to these guys again. Or I'm not used to the actual gameplay itself.
That was hardly worth dirtying my blade.
Apparently not. Jeez, I think freaking Malik is making it way easier for us. And if you keep guarding even after the blue state, you reach a green aura state, where enemies won't attack, or enemy attacks won't stagger you when you begin to launch an art. So that's called Iron Stance. A lot of stuff still being introduced, so yeah. This is what I mean where it's still going to be pretty slow paced.
Let's do this.
There we go. Oh yeah, and if you use the same B art over and over again, or at least with Asbel's, in Asbel's case, it actually like do an extension of the same art. So you do like...
Bad, don't you think?
So if I use 2 shockwave slashes, one after another, then I'll do like a different version of them. So you may notice the blue gauge to the left of your CC number, and yeah, it's already explaining this. It's weird, because they were mentioning the critical gauge up until now, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, did you notice that all of a sudden?
Game on.
So yeah, these guys see right there, I use 2 shockwave slashes like almost immediately after one another. You can even do the same with Demon Fang too.
You need to study up on the basics.
I'd rather not. And red aura if you keep guarding after the green aura. So this red aura allows you to break through an enemy's guard and prevent it from evading. So yeah, that's the last of the auras that you reach. Like, I think you'll pretty much notice it whenever you guard. You see like all of a sudden Asbel starts glowing with stuff, and those are the auras. So when I reach red aura, then I can actually stagger an enemy or break their guard and such. So yeah, I like to use that.
Not bad, don't you think?
It's a little overkill, but I like to do it. Anyway, the Eleth gauge. During battle, the gauge on the left side of the screen shows the Eleth being produced. The blue portion is your party and increases when you attack and are attacked, guard, or evade an attack. The red portion is for the enemies and works in a similar manner. So yeah. One way or another, both gauges are going to get filled on the left side, which I never really pointed out in the first place. Well, let's grab this iron tunic. I mean, why the hell not? See if we already have one. Well, we got a leather guard. So does freaking Malik, but I think I'll stick with an iron tunic. What the hell? Acquainted with royalty. What the hell is this? One who knew the prince when he was a child. It feels like we may have run into him some years ago. Actually, I didn't. I think there was, like, right around when we met up with Hubert and freaking Aston. Like, when we met up with them, I think we could have actually met up with Malik before actually continuing on with the story. I know I got the money for it. I really don't want to spend that much. I think I will buy Panacea bottles, though. Because, look at that, stamp cards. When you make purchases at shop, you'll sometimes get stamps on the stamp card associated with that town. For every 10 stamps you receive, the town shop will band together and offer a special bargain item for purchase. And you could also earn stamps by selling items and dualizing. And we already got a stamp card case, and we only got one stamp. And again, I didn't really spend that much. And merino flowers. Okay. Why the hell not grab some more? So, flower power.
Hold on.
Yes, sir?
These are merino flowers. Combine them with water of absolution, and you have the raw ingredients for a holy bottle. Wait here a minute.
I've studied for 7 years, and I still didn't know that. Am I really ready to become a knight?
What's on your mind?
Nothing, sir. It's just you're so knowledgeable about everything, and it makes me doubt myself.
Knowledge for its own sake is meaningless. But this is information that can help you to protect yourself and others when you become a knight. Remember it.
Sir.
How about no? Honestly, I never remember that. So, of course, the water of that absolution that we got from that one spell. Hey, look at that! Eleth Burst! So, when you're in Eleth Burst mode right here, it's pretty much the same as Over Limit. You can't get staggered, enemies do less damage, and you get pretty much unlimited CC. So, it mentions it right here. So, Eleth is released, and the battlefield enters the Eleth Burst state, which fills your CC and keeps it there, allowing you to attack with impunity. Some skills grant additional effects during the state, so be sure to use them to gain the upper hand. So yeah, Eleth Burst in this game is pretty much the exact same as Over Limit. Thing is, though, you cannot control it at all. Or the only way you can control it is by filling up the Eleth gauge, which is on the left side right there. So once it fills up once the blue side of it fills up, then you reach an Eleth Burst that actually benefits you.
You need to study up on the basics.
But I think it's probably going to mention right here. Actually, no, it's not. I'll mention it ahead of time anyway. But if the red one fills up, then there is an Eleth Burst that benefits the enemies. It's probably best to keep on your guard whenever that happens. Anyway, I think this might be a shortcut. I don't even know. Oh wait, yep, this was a shortcut. What the hell was I doing over here then? What am I doing here? So yeah, still getting introduced to some few things, and hell, even until late into the game, we're probably going to be introduced to more things, and let's get the freaking apple gel out of here. There we go. Gotta keep up with the health, even though I got plenty of it now. And the enemies right here are pretty much jokes until you start getting more into the game. It's just like, you've already know what the hell to do in this game. You should probably keep up with the health on your own accord. And here we go. I think we finally reached the one spot we were supposed to reach. And don't get used to this place, because we will never, ever see it again. I think. Unless I have to go out of my own freaking way in order to do something like that.
Captain Malik, it's an honor to have you here, sir.
What have you learned?
Early reports on the missing villagers appear to be true. We found no trace of them.
It looks like there was a fire.
So it does. A bad one from the state of things. Any connection between the fire and the missing villagers?
We're looking into that right now. If you could lend a hand, it would be much appreciated.
You heard them, Asbel.
Yes, sir.
Is this the cadet we've been hearing about, Captain Malik?
This is Asbel Lant. Today is his first field mission.
It's an honor to meet you.
Whoever you are.
Alright, let's get started. First we'll split up and take a look around the village. If you find anything, let me know ASAP.
Yes, sir.
And Malik's out of the party. Alright, good. I want to kick some ass on my own accord. See what this guy can do. What this youngster of sorts can actually do. Because seriously, I need to kick some ass of my own accord. I don't need freaking Malik right there to be fighting my battles, even though he makes it way too easy, honestly. That's my one complaint. But now he's out of there. The complaint's gone. Screw it. And,
What's that? I shouldn't call the captain until I know where that noise is coming from. Now, where did it go?
Alright. So I guess we just gotta keep investigating until we finally find out where that source of noise is. I think we gotta make our way over here. Oh, there it is. Holy crap.
Was that a dog? Or maybe a wolf?
Oh, let's just follow it and find out then. Maybe even kill it. Because honestly, I want to kill something.
Damn! What the hell is this? We will survive!
Oh boy. And a noble wolf. And oh crap. And this thing is pretty... Look at that. Holy shit. It's not... We aren't doing anything to it.
I heard it! I'm not about to lose here. Huh? It worked! Alright.
Okay, so open up the menu with that, and we gotta set up some arts, I believe. So now we have a new art that's introduced to story-wise called Lightning Strike. Oh god damn it, I'm not gonna reference Tales of Symphonia. Not now, not yet. Lightning Strike right there. I'm gonna shut up Shockwave Slash on the side. There we go. Anyway, you pretty much have to use Lightning Strike in order to attack this guy, because Lightning Strike's Nova attributes can smash the enemy's Nova barrier. It's weak to Nova as well, so use it to attack. And this guy just shoots a freaking laser. So yeah, you want to be using Lightning Strike in order to actually damage this guy and take away his barrier effect, because as long as that barrier is up, you can barely do any damage to it. Not to mention, it's actually weak to barrier or to Nova, as you can see right there. Yeah, kicking some ass now, and that's very essential to actually killing this guy, because yeah, he could pretty much kick your ass if you're unfreaking if you don't pay attention to what they have to tell you in this game, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. There we go. Look at this, freaking all sorts of combos. I'm trying to kick this guy's ass and trying to... Because when I first fought this guy, I actually got a game over my first time. I was just like, wow, this is really terrible. I got killed on a fight where I think I should have won. Or rather, they expect you to win the first time. Unless you weren't really paying attention like I was.
Let's keep moving.
Damn right. Hooray! We kicked something of our own accord, or kicked ass of our own accord. So attributes are the attack characteristic associated with particular arts. So the beast attribute, for example, increases damage to beast type monsters, while the slash attribute is effective against enemies weak to slash attacks. So yeah, always make note of what your enemies are weak to and what arts you can use against them.
I finally beat him. But what was that light from my hand? What is this thing?
Did you slay this beast?
Yes, sir. It attacked without warning, so I defended myself.
Captain, do you think this creature is responsible for the missing villagers?
It's certainly possible. I found evidence of wild animal attacks while I was exploring the village. This thing could have been part of a larger group, but we'll need more info to be sure.
You have our gratitude, Captain. I think we can take it the rest of the way.
Understood. Asbel, we're done here.
Thank you for your assistance, Asbel.
Of course, sir. I'm glad I was able to help.
Indeed. Your efforts may have unlocked the core of this little mystery. Captain Malik has chosen well. I look forward to having you in our ranks.
Now, this boy is no knight. Not yet, anyway.
Forgive me, sir. You're a lucky man to be trained by the captain himself. Do not waste the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the advice.
This ends your first field mission. Let's be on our way back to the capital.
So yeah, I've been trying to keep quiet with this whole thing because, you know, after everything that happened, I mean, the one girl that we mysteriously found all of a sudden died, we lost our little brother and all this other crap. I kind of had to keep quiet. So yeah. I can't really be making jokes about this sort of thing. Hey, but at least now... Inappropriateness everywhere in this bitch. Anyway, hidden talents.
Alright, we'll head back the way we came. You take the lead.
Yes, sir.
Asbel, I was glad for an opportunity to see your true prowess. But I must admit, I was surprised at what I witnessed.
Surprise, sir?
That monster was ready to destroy you. But then you suddenly... Well, I'm not sure what you did. Why have you kept this ability hidden?
It's nothing I've tried to hide, Captain. In truth, I'm not sure how I beat the thing.
You could be ready for real action now. I might even have to challenge you to spar one of these days.
Did the captain just praise me?
Yes, he did, and keep what he has said in mind, because, he wasn't lying when he said it. Anyway, I think I'm going to be cutting it for this recording session, even though I'm really cutting it at the very beginning of this whole main story now. Because what we went through from the first few parts was pretty much the childhood arc, and now we're going to be making our way through the rest of the game itself. The actual rest of the game. Oh, thank God, we're finally here, and hopefully stuff gets better from here on out, or rather it stops becoming less of a pain to play this game. Because it's really painful to play when you're playing as a child.
Let's do this.
Oh boy. Freaking there we go. Freaking kicking these guys' asses like nothing. So yeah, I think I will be cutting it here because, oh man, it's too much for me to handle right now. Especially after all this, so if you want to give a boost to your portion of the Eleth gauge, try attacking enemies from behind on the field. And the enemies can do the same thing to get an advantage in their Eleth gauge. So yeah. So yeah, after having to finish off the whole childhood arc and then having to make my way and having to go through all this, I'm in serious pain right now. I think I'm going to be cutting it for this recording session, but don't worry, from here on out, I think I'm going to enjoy the game. I just don't like the beginning of it, and then again, neither does my buddy Tits, because he really hated the kid. He really hated Asbel, Hubert, Sharia, but liked Sophie, surprisingly enough. So, if you guys like this part, give it a like, subscribe if you want to watch future videos, and feel free to watch any of my previous videos if you really feel like it. Next time on Let's Play Tales of Grace's F, I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing, but we are going to be making our way out of here. So, see you guys then.